I studied anger for years. I came from an angry family. And somewhere inside of myself, I told myself, I will never feel angry because anger hurts. So therefore, when my teacher told me that I had anger inside of me, I laughed. I said, me? No, I'm a peacemaker. Well, I realized that after a couple of years, when she finally found the anger within me, and then it already started all coming out, I realized in order to be a true peacemaker, you have to be able to not be afraid of anger. But you can harness anger to heal. Now, how's that? So let me tell you a story about Buddha, which I always think gives me a good example of this. Buddha is walking along a road and he encountered an angry man. And the man said, you think you're so smart. You think you're so enlightened. You are blah, 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 blah. And Buddha listened to him and listened to him. And at the end, Buddha said, if someone gives you a present and you don't accept that present, to whom does that present belong? Well, it stopped the man in his tracks. And he said, well, I guess it belongs to the person who was giving it. So Buddha said, so if I don't accept your anger, to whom does your anger belong? And apparently the man dropped his resistance, fell at Buddha's feet, and was devoted to him for the rest of his life. I just think it's a wonderful story. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But it shows that if a person has actually cleared their anger within them, anger's like Velcro. If the other person has anger and you get angry, it will attach itself to the other person's anger and that will come up. But if you don't have any anger in yourself, then it doesn't matter how angry the person is. You'll say, oof, did you have a bad day? Did you not be able to sleep very well? In other words, you can manage and then bring that person's anger, that fiery energy down, which really, really makes a big shift. So what is it that you can do to be able to raise your energy? Because if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling disempowered, if you're feeling overwhelmed by what's happening in the world, oftentimes it's because you're feeling anger within yourself, but you don't want to feel it. You're judging it. And so you are depressing that anger. You're thinking anger is bad. Anger is just an emotion. It's a fiery, cleansing emotion. It has no story to it whatsoever. And when you can harness it, not throw it unconsciously on other people, or keep it all within yourself, which can cause cancer and all sorts of diseases within of you, then you become whole and balanced and centered, and you can really start to help the world because you are balanced and centered within yourself. So let me give you one of the exercises that I learned that helped me connect with my energy in a way so I could feel it as an energy and not as something which I was judging. And it's called the cat. So let me take my jacket off so you can see my body. And I'm going to turn to the side. So anger is an energy, okay? It comes up from behind the back and you are dumping it. If you think about someone getting angry like this, they're dumping it on the other person. And that's why a person, I'm going to drop myself so you can see me a little bit better. So that's why when you are confronting someone who's angry, it feels like there's nowhere that they can go. And it's because they can't, because you're dumping all this stuff on them and they're just doing this. It can't be a conversation. So you have to clear the anger within yourself first before you confront the other person. Okay? So what I used to have to do, and this is actually quite funny, because it was like riding a new bicycle, I'd have to go into another room, I would do a couple of anger exercises, and that would give me the strength to be able to come back and actually deal with the person I was angry with. Okay? So the exercise of the cat is, now look at my body when I'm doing it, okay? You're wanting to move. You see how it's kind of like letting an energy up, okay? And you're going, and what you do, and you never do this at a person, always do it at a wall or a window. That's very important. And what you're doing is you're throwing the anger, okay, like this, and you're stomping. And you're throwing your anger out. Actually, what it does is it raises your energy. Then afterwards, just drop down, relax for a second. and then come up again. That is the anger exercise called the cat. It's very energetic, by the way. And if you do that, then it clears the energy from you. It makes your eyes actually sparkle a bit because you have more energy. And then you can say whatever you need to say to that person that will help you be at home. Even if you say that you're afraid that what you're going to say is going to hurt the person, you say, look, I wish that this would be different. I wish I could feel differently. I wish I could be this way, but I can only be the way I am. I'm so sorry if this hurts you, but. And then you can say a truth, but not wanting to hurt the other person. And that gives the other person room to be able to have a conversation with you, so they don't feel like they're being drawn against the wall because you're just spouting at them. And they don't have anything to say, they don't have any movement. These things that I'm teaching you are life-changing in so many ways. When you're able to start handling anger, either by being able to tell your truth, even if it will hurt the other person, and not wanting to hurt them, but just have a conversation from you to them, without throwing unconscious anger on other people, which means that you become a volcano, which is not good, or that you're always hiding it, and then you'll come back in sarcasm and things and little barbs at the person that people can feel. That's just unconscious anger. The more we can be conscious with who we are and our emotions, the better that we can be in conversation with each other, which brings us together and doesn't separate us. And in a world of all this polarization that's happening, we need to find ways that will bring us together and not which separates us. It means being conscious. It means becoming adults.